And I succeeded. I only got elected because I succeeded. People in New York, under normal circumstances, wouldn't have elected a Republican. Maybe the people in New York State, not the people in New York City. They elected me, and I made promises, commitments like this. I said, I'm going to reduce crime. I'm going to reduce welfare. I'm going to try to reduce taxes. I'm going to try to hold down government spending. I'm going to try to restore and increase the quality of life in New York City. And ultimately, I'm going to try to restore hope, because I had a city that was hopeless. And I did most of those things successfully enough so that I was reelected. And then I did them successfully enough so that here's the big change that took place. We went from the front page of Time magazine in 1990 as the rotting of the Big Apple, one of the worst cities in the country, a city that was headed for decline, almost inevitable. Books were written that had the following title: New York City is ungovernable, New York City is unmanageable. Those are two separate titles of books that were written over the 20 to 30 year period before I came into office. Fast forward to January 1st, 2000, 10 years later, after I'd been in office for about 7 years, and before September 11, 2001. Big picture on the front page of Time magazine, new picture of New York. In this case, a beautiful picture of the Millennium Celebration on Times Square. And the article was basically about New York City being the best example of urban renaissance in the country, regarded as one of the best managed cities in the country. No longer unmanageable, no longer ungovernable, but now manageable and governable. Not perfect. You never achieve that. You don't achieve that with city governments, state governments, or federal governments, but one of the best. Lowest crime of any major city in the country, one of the highest qualities of life, one of the strongest economies, a city with roughly 10.5% unemployment down to 5.5%, 6% unemployment, a city that had lost 320,000 jobs, now gaining 420,000 jobs. That welfare thing I told you about, down by 640,000. So that's the way I would approach being President of the United States. I believe the reason you should vote for me for President of the United States, if you generally agree with this philosophy or approach, is you can be sure I can get these things done. Now, if you don't like these things, vote against me. But if you like this general direction, then vote for me, because I'm going to get it done. In fact, I'm just about the only one running for president who has gotten things done. I mean, I'm running on results.